Houston, we have a problem.
Give me all you got!
But what I do have are a very particular set of skills.
Give me back my gun! I didn't kill my wife! I don't care!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Stand and Watch, the best and only dad movie podcast you're ever going to listen to because we killed all the other ones. Hello,
Fucking
Steve
dead.
Buscemi. Yes.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, Steve.
Please don't, Steve, don't ever host a dad podcast because we'd have to kill you, and that would just fucking tear me apart.
Yeah, I don't, we love you too much. Please don't. As always, I'm your host, Matt,
You're the host, Nick.
and I don't know how to segue into this movie, so Licorice Pizza, that's the movie.
I don't. I've used all my pedophile stories, so I don't have a clean segue into Licorice Pizza.
Yeah, see, you wasted them. You wasted your pedophile stories on movies that have nothing to do with pedophiles. And now we're talking about a movie that's borderline pedophile, and you got nothing. You see what you've done? You're a disappointment. You disappointed us all. You've disappointed Steve Buscemi.
Had I known that we were gonna get Licorice Pizza so early into the show's run, I would have saved some pedophile stories. But I blew my load. I'm sorry.
You did. Anyway, I didn't like this movie, but you did. So
Let me read the Wikipedia before you start poo-pooing over this classic. This classic film.
Is it a classic?
I think it's a classic. I think it's a serviceable slice of life movie. I think if you like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood,
I love
Licorice
Once Upon a
Pizza.
Time in Hollywood.
I think Licorice Pizza is right up there with it.
I don't think it is at all.
I think it is. It's great character,
No.
great characters, great character work. And I'm using the word great. There's an asterisk. We'll get to that asterisk. But let me read the ye old Wikipedia summary. I'm gonna do both paragraphs here. Licorice Pizza is a 2021 American romantic comedy drama film written and directed by Paul Thomas Anderson. It stars Alana Haim and Cooper Hoffman in their film debuts. That's pretty cool. Alongside an ensemble supporting cast including Sean Penn, Tom Waits, Bradley Cooper, and Benny Safdie. Set in 1973, the film follows the relationship between a teen actor, Hoffman, and a directionless young woman, Haim. The film was released in the U.S. and select theaters on November 26, 2021, followed by a wide release on Christmas. Though it grossed just $33 million against its $40 million production budget. That's the part that when I saw that kind of blew my mind, that it was kind of a bomb, even though we're coming out of the COVID times here at that point.
I don't know. It doesn't have that much mass appeal.
But 40, how the hell did this movie, like, what is 40 million about this movie?
When was the last Paul Thomas Anderson movie that was really a smash hit?
Was it, let's see.
Because it wasn't Inherent Vice. There's no way.
Was it There Will Be Blood? Was that really the,
Okay.
have any of these?
Phantom Thread, budget 35 million, box office 47.8. So, I mean, it maybe made its money back. Maybe.
What is the I don't remember the master. What is the master?
Inherent Vice made 14.7 million on a 20 million budget, so that's a bomb. The Master made 28.3 million on a 32 million budget, so that's a bomb. There Will
Be Blood.
There Will Be Blood was the last time his movies made money, and even that wasn't that huge of a hit.
Not for the time, no. And then let's see, Punch Drunk Love, budget 25, box office 24.7. Close. Not close enough though. Magnolia,
48.5
37
million.
budget, 48. Yep.
So,
Boogie Nights, 15 against a 43 box office.
So
Okay.
Boogie Nights. Boogie Nights is the only Paul Thomas Anderson movie that's really ever made money.
That's kind of crazy to me because people hold him pretty high.
I mean, he's made some good shit. Boogie Nights. I mean, from Boogie Nights to There Will Be Blood that's like an all-timer run.
And I'm gonna be honest, I'm really not excited about the movie he's doing with DiCaprio.
Really?
I just don't care. The Battle of Bacton Barton Cross,
I
starring
don't.
Leonardo DiCaprio, Regina Hall, Sean Penn, Alana Hay. So hey, you know what? He's got his he's got his frequent flyers that he's working with. So
I
good for
don't.
him.
I can't say anything about it because I don't know what the hell it's about. But I don't know.
Wikipedia is pretty coy about it too.
I
The fact
mean,
that it has a name on here.
I don't know. Good cast. I mean, DiCaprio.
Oh,
Usually,
it's another. He's doing another Pynchon, another Thomas Pynchon.
is he?
I've always struggled with saying his name. The same author who wrote Inherent Vice.
Oh, is that what this is about?
Though I would say the better, just do Ladder 49, or Crying of Lot 49, or do Gravity's Rainbow. Just make some batshit crazy shit if you want.
I don't know.
Keep
I don't.
dabbling.
I don't mind Inherent Vice. It's pretty good.
I've not read the book, nor have I seen the movie.
It's pretty fun.
Oh, is this when he was still working with Joaquin?
Yeah.
Yep. He did like himself some Joaquin. I mean, just to get back to Licorice Pizza, I remember seeing the ads for this and thinking it was like a hard sell anyway, because you have a lot of untested actors,
Yeah.
new faces. Sure, you have a lot of great cameos, and I think they advertise very heavily off of Bradley Cooper being involved.
Yeah, and he's in like one scene. Great scene, but
I don't. I mean, was Bradley Cooper really a big sell at this point? I guess he's coming off of his remake of Star is Born, which was really hot.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, and Licorice Pizza, I have to say, terrible name.
I was confused because by the end of it, I was like, wait a minute, nobody has said the title of the movie or like even had a piece of pizza. What's going on here? Apparently that was a record company back in the day, or a record label back in the day.
I don't know. No casual movie audience is going to know what the fuck a Licorice Pizza is, right? This movie was set up for failure when you think about it.
They should have called it My Summer's a Pedophile. I think more people would have gone and seen it.
Oh, probably.
But wait a minute, what's this movie about?
Yeah, like a cinephile, sure, they're like, oh, Paul Thomas Anderson, yeah, whatever, right? But like a random person's like just seeing, oh, what movies are out? Licorice Pizza, like what the hell is that?
And it also leans on its 1970s aesthetic very heavily. And I mean, if you saw because I'm looking at the poster right now, it's like the hand drawn like caricature of everybody. Like nobody's seeing that and being like, yeah, I'm gonna go see that.
Yeah. I mean, I do like hand drawn movie posters like that, but still, like this movie was not set up for a mainstream success or any success really.
No,
I also don't think it's good. So
I like it. I like it a lot.
A lot of people do.
I liked it a lot. I went in expecting to hate this movie because I just remember watching the trailer and being really annoyed with it and being like,
That's so interesting because I went into this expecting to like it.
It was the trailer's emphasis on Bradley Cooper, and I knew he was only in like a short part of this movie, but I was still like, bracing myself for him to appear. It's like, oh, where's Bradley? Where's desperate for an Oscar Bradley? Oh, there he is.
I don't think I've seen the trailer. But I went into this movie expecting to like it because, I like period pieces. I like Paul Thomas Anderson. All the pieces were there. And then I was pretty bored.
I like Haim. Do we want to, before we get into what we like and don't like, do we want to do our Letterboxd reviews?
We absolutely do. And I got mine right here, ready to go. This review comes to us from Soup George, who is neither pro nor patron. Shame on you. They gave this movie 2 stars and wrote, oh, I get it now. They called it Licorice Pizza because it was bad.
Good job. That's a good one. I've got one from Rylan. Give the movie 3.5 stars. They are not a patron nor pro. No. And this review says, why were pinball machines illegal? Me for the entire third act of this film.
Were they really illegal? That's so strange.
It looks like they were considered a form of gambling back then.
How?
I think people would bet on like scores and stuff.
Oh my god, ridiculous! You fucking ridiculous!
Maybe. I don't know. Don't
people.
fact check me because I don't want to end up in the IMDb goof page.
Ridiculous!
Don't do it.
Ridiculous boomers! What are you doing?
Pinball's fun.
Pinball is fun.
Last time I was out in LA, I went to a pinball arcade and played pinball for like 3 hours. I went to like a new friend's boyfriend's birthday party, and we just played pinball and hung out.
Pinball is fun. They used to make lots and lots of pinball video games. They should go back to that.
If you, we can get back to Licorice Pizza because I know you want to talk about how much you love this movie. But if you could get one pinball theme, like what would the theme be on that pinball machine?
Ooh, does it have to be a theme that actually exists, or can I just like? Are you like asking like?
You can make it up. It could be like, I want the Sopranos machine. Blah blah blah.
Okay, I would love a Psych pinball machine.
That's really good.
Yeah,
that's really good. And and you hit like it's got Pluto in the corner, and anytime you hit Pluto, Gus says, "Do you hear about Pluto?
That's messed up. Yeah,
that's messed up."
You hit
Henry, and it's just him yelling Sean.
Yeah, you hit Gus, and it just says, "Gus, don't be a gloomy you" or something.
You hit Gus, and it's Sean saying, "This is my partner, Guy Buttersnaps.
This is my partner, MC Clap Your Hands with a Z."
We could do some Psych stuff. I do love the Psych. It's right up there. Have you seen Monk? Is Monk any good?
I've not seen Monk. Have you seen The
Okay,
Mentalist?
I haven't either. No, I haven't. Are these all Psych adjacent?
I don't know about Monk, but The Mentalist is essentially the exact same premise, except it's not a comedy.
Damn it. You lost me at not a comedy.
Yeah, they make so many references to The Mentalist on Psych. Because they were running at the same time on different networks.
I'm due for a rewatch. It's a great show.
It's a great
amazing show.
Yeah.
If I had to pick a pinball machine, I think I would do like Gears of War.
That'd be a cool pinball machine.
Just like have a big lancer in the middle of it, and like if you hit it, it like comes down and chops into a locust or something.
You can have like the locusts pop up, and you have to like hit their heads with the ball.
You can even make it like one of those glow in the dark machines to like play with like the emulsion themes.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to call Epic or Cliffy B up and see if that's a thing.
But we should get back to Licorice Pizza so we can finish talking.
I do know
about
you
it
love
and
this
spin
movie.
the wheel.
Well, since I have more positive to say, I'm gonna let you start.
Okay, I really enjoyed Sean Penn playing himself.
That jump was so not a jump.
I can't. He's he's in the restaurant with Alana, and he's going on his like tangent, like his serious tangent about Korea, and I'm just thinking to myself, that's just Sean Penn, right? Like he's just playing himself.
Yeah, he just seems so absent-minded. He keeps whispering in Alana's ear. One of my favorite moments of the movie, and she's like, "Do you even know my name?"
Yeah,
he just keeps calling her Grace all night.
Yeah, do you even know my real name? And he just immediately revs it up, and she falls off. Just great stuff. That was fun.
Come here, Rainbow.
I think, and that was fun. I was like, I was bored for a lot of this movie, but like that was fun. Sean Penn, I had some fun when he popped up, just playing himself, just babbling on with some self-serious intensity. Good for you, Sean Penn.
That's one of my favorite things about the movie is like all these cameos from like these older actors that have worked throughout the years. There was one. Where is she? Where is she on this list? She's the woman that's in charge of Gary's like their ensemble of children actors.
Oh, the one who like hits him later?
Yeah, she hits him after he like makes a fart or he makes like a jacking off joke on TV. Oh, where is she? I can't. It's a long list of people. It tells you how many fucking people are in this fucking movie. But then also like so you have like your old stars, but then you also have your newer stars. I really liked seeing Skylar Gisondo in this. Speaking of Psych, young Sean Spencer.
Yes, young. Yeah, I love when he pops up in things. Jimmy Olsen himself. I wish he was in it more.
I think he gets in, has like one of the funniest scenes early on with Alana, and then dips out. Perfect amount of time.
I don't know. I feel like
what's your dick look like?
I don't know. I feel like this movie could have used a third main character, and he would have been fun to just keep around.
Matt, every movie can't be Challengers.
I don't like Challengers either.
Oh, so you don't love triangles? Okay.
I do love triangles. I just don't like them when they're boring.
Who else is in this? Maya Rudolph was a nice little extra person in this. I think she basically kills Gary's acting career when because he has a really bad audition at the beginning, and then we never see him act again.
Yeah. I don't know if she kills her or if the movie just dropped him being an actor and didn't tell us.
Well, because that audition was really bad.
It was really bad, but like the movie never even shows him trying to audition for other things, or like it just never follows up on that. He just starts selling waterbeds with like.
Well, I think it's perfect because he's a fucking kid, and that's kind of when you're young, you just keep moving from stupid shit to stupid shit. And you see a little bit of that in Alana as she's jumping from these older men, from fucking Sean Penn, from Skylar to Sean Penn to the guy running for mayor later on.
Brian? Was his name Brian?
So she was into Brian, who was part of the campaign, was helping run the campaign, but then she was into Safdie's character. Forget his name. There are a lot of fucking people in this movie. It's so hard to keep up with everybody. Yeah, Safdie is Joe Walks, politician running for mayor of Los Angeles, who ends up being in the closet and inviting her out to dinner with his boyfriend to have her walk his boyfriend out.
Yes,
I don't know.
She was gonna be his chaperone.
Chaperone.
Oh no! What do they call it? What do they call it? She was gonna be his beard.
Yeah,
that's what they call
well,
it.
So I know you dislike the movie, but I think my favorite thing about this movie is yes, Alana is a pedophile. I'm not gonna be like the news and be like, oh, teacher has sex with young boy. No, that's rape. No, she is walking that line of pedophile. This is not a friendship. It gets past friendship pretty early on in the movie, don't you think?
You know what my problem with this movie is that you can make a really interesting movie about that examines that relationship. And this movie doesn't do that. It just goes from like vignette to vignette of things happening. And I'm like, what am I watching? And I was bored.
Well, so my read on it is it's her. So she's very sheltered, which another thing I really liked is that Alana Haim, that was actually all of her sisters and her family playing her family. I thought that was really neat. Who knows? I don't think they're actually like that. I don't think the Haims are like that. But then again,
maybe they are. I like her in this movie. I like her character in this movie. I wish her character was in a better movie.
I still look. She is wrong for pursuing Gary.
Yeah,
wrong for pursuing Gary. She's very sheltered. I like the first scene you see her dad and like, where the fuck are you coming from? What are you wearing? Like every time you see that dad on screen, he is bitching about something. She's got her sisters there all the time. Like they apparently all still live together, even though they're all in their 20s in this movie. So as soon as I saw that, I was like, okay, like we've got a 25 and a 15-year-old here. The 15-year-old, his mom is not at home at all, and he wants that. He really misses that relationship with his mom, so he's going to pursue anyone who's older. He doesn't care. And he's also kind of a shithead. And then you have Alana, and fucking sheltered as fuck, and failure to launch 101. And yeah, it's one of those things where it's like it happened because their shit's fucked up. And Alana starts to pursue these older guys. I don't know how old Skylar Gazando's character is in this movie, but it does. I guess he's older. I don't know. That one could be just as creepy.
Yeah, it's never clear how old, because he's in the scene with the kids, right?
Yeah, he's in the scene with the kids. I'd imagine he's one of the older ones, because when he meets them on the plane, he's like, oh, like he's like 1 minute away from telling them about going to Breckenridge and going skiing down a mountain and how the slopes were wonderful this time of year. But yeah, I don't know. But every other relationship after that is her like pursuing maturity, pursuing someone who she thinks is mature. And then you get like Sean Penn, who's completely not mature, still fawning over an actress from his youth that he worked with, who's no longer with us. Then they're doing stupid drunk shit. And then you kind of get the same thing from what's his name? The mayor character. And then the mayor's secret boyfriend's like, they kind of have a moment talking about men. And he's like, yeah, no matter what, they're always gonna hurt you. I was like, yep, there it is. There it is. She's pursuing maturity and she's doing it in all the wrong ways by trying to find her maturity in a partner when she should be looking for it in herself. Message of this movie is that you can't find happiness in another person, which is a lesson that Alana ignores at the end, which I hate. Oh, did I lose you?
Oh no, I thought I lost you.
But yeah, that is something I really hated, was that she essentially learns this lesson in the last like 15 minutes of the movie, but then runs right back to fucking Gary.
What?
No,
And
you know what? Go ahead.
This is what I hate about this movie. Okay, is that you have this relationship and it's weird and not good, and the movie kind of like, okay, like you can make an interesting like movie about like this kind of relationship. They've done it before, but this movie kind of like I don't even know if this movie knows that this relationship is weird and not good, because most of the time it plays it straight as a cute, quirky romance thing, and I'm like, no, what are you doing? Why are they running towards each other at the like? There's just no introspection here at all. Like, what am I watching?
Yeah, and that's before we thought our internet's cut out. That's something that like Alana learns her lesson twice in this movie. She learns it after they reverse the truck through the Hollywood Hills, like in probably the best scene in the movie. Them like their truck's on empty, they're trying to get away from Bradley Cooper's crazy ass, and Alana just fucking reverses that shit downhill and just ghost rides it for what seems like miles. And it's a perfect scene because both characters kind of have different reactions. To Gary, who's this dumbass teenager, him and all his friends are like, that's the most fucking awesome thing ever. You know, you're young, you're still like, look, you're thrill seeking like that. And then Alana, 25, 28, whatever she actually is in this movie, fucking, she's fucking terrified. She's like, I need to stop fucking around. That was really dangerous. What the fuck is wrong with me? I need to grow up. And then she learns that lesson again after she plays Beard for the mayor, the mayor-elect, and then she still fucking runs back to Gary.
Yeah, like I don't know what this movie is. I don't know what point this movie is trying to make, and I'm not sure the movie knows what point it's trying to make, other than hey, the 70s.
Crazy, man.
Because
it's Paul Thomas Anderson. It's, you know what? It's Paul Thomas Anderson saying, hey, you know what? I dated a 25-year-old when I was 15 back in the 70s.
I don't know what this movie wants to say, because like this is like two different movies mashed together, but like not in a way that blends well, because like there's so little actual like there's so little actual examination of their relationship beyond just like a way to like get from like plot vignette to plot vignette of things happening, and so it's just and it's like what I'm like what are we doing, man? Like, what's the connective tissue? Like what's the what are you trying to say with this? Like, you can have a movie that where the plot meanders from point to point, or where stuff just happens because, but like there needs to be something, and there's
you just can't.
There's a semblance of something. But it never fully explores it because it just wants to get on to the next vignette. And I'm like, I don't know.
I do think the cameos, as much as I loved them, there's way too many of them. There's way too much stuff being thrown at us. Like, I think there was even a John C. Reilly cameo snuck in there with him playing Herman Munster.
He played I don't know if he was the real Herman Munster or just a guy being Herman Munster at some convention. But I'll let that pass because that's like a 2-second background thing, and it's just because they're buddies. But like, and look, I like Bradley Cooper in this movie. He's very good. But it's
fucking terrifying.
Yeah, it's great. Like, he's great in this, right? And I'm like, so like, there's some fun little bits in this, but I'm just like, you're going from bit to bit. But like, why? Like, what's the thing? Like why are you going from bit to bit when like instead of like, because so much of their relationship is just like cute glances and looks of yearning, and like that's it. Like there's no real development, there's no real inspection of it, there's no real close examination of why it is and why it's wrong and all that. It's just like, again, like the movie kind of plays it like a cute romance, and you're like, no, this is wrong, and it never tries to go or like it never appears to go any deeper, and it's just on to the next vignette. And I'm like, you can't do that, man. You there has to be a point to it all.
Yeah, I do think you have to. I do think my personal opinion is the third act is just messy because the third act essentially starts after the truck scene, and if it's me, like truck scene happens, and then we have a 3-year time hop where she's like moved on, she's like dated older men, and then she meets Gary, who's now of legal age, and then she has to ask herself a question if she's outgrown this person or has she not. That's essentially what they still do. Has she outgrown Gary, or is she still wanting to see Gary? And I mean, again, she learns the same lesson fucking twice, and she still runs back to him.
You know, you mentioned Once Upon a Time in Hollywood earlier, and I was thinking about that movie watching this because it's essentially Quentin Tarantino doing the same thing. Let's make a hangout movie set when I was a young kid, and it's just, you know, a couple of characters like going from like vignette to vignette, but like there's a purpose to it all. Like I can see, okay, it like that's a movie where, okay, stuff just happens, we're just hanging out, but I can see what the point of it all is. And in this, I'm like, what is the point of it all? And I don't know.
I mean, Once Upon a Time has that fairy tale motif, like, you know, with everything going on with, you know, the cult and everything, and I'm forgetting the actress's name that's in it, Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie.
Yeah, and just that whole aspect. So they have that to play with. They have these men aging out of Hollywood, or starting to age out of it. They see Hollywood passing them. Yeah, but yeah, you do get here. I still really like this movie. I like what it's trying to say. I just think, like you're saying, it is messy, but I do kind of get what they were going for. Alana, still a pedophile though.
Yeah. And maybe that's my big problem. Like, if you're gonna make a movie where someone's a pedophile, you can't kind of like brush that aside so you can get to the fun hangout bits. Like,
right, and no one's like, and she's openly talking to people about actually like pursuing Gary as a serious relationship. I think she talks to her sister at one point, and everyone just kind of shrugs it off. And you know, I don't think you can hide behind it was the 70s. People were doing this stuff, man. I don't think you can do that because you've got the aspect of there being children actors in this. Like, the movie opens with like a bunch of children actors, and like you think it's gonna continue down that line, and it like kind of, as we talked about earlier, kind of dusts it under the rug, and you completely forget about it.
I think even if you chalk that up and, oh well, it was the times, that's how they would be talking. Even if you pull that, you still narratively have to examine it. And this movie doesn't really do that beyond expecting you to know, well, this is wrong.
Right. You can't have a relationship that you know is wrong, and then like also like be tiptoeing around the fact that like a bunch of like he's a child actor in Hollywood. And I mean, if there's not one thing Hollywood's known for, but I mean, children actors are abused.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know. It just feels weird. Yeah. That aspect of it feels weird. And then, you know, you've got his mom. I do think there was we need a little more time to get to know Alana and Gary, and a little less time to get to know fucking Bradley Cooper or fucking all these different vignettes. They do take away from it, but I do understand what they were trying to do with it. I just think it like you're saying, it kind of feels like two movies sometimes at battle with each other.
Yeah. And like you said, like we don't get enough time like developing. Like, the movie just starts with him hitting on her. Like, that's like the second scene. And you're like, okay, what? I thought I missed something.
Well, and then I think the other telling thing that the film doesn't really explore is that all of Gary's friends are younger than him.
Yeah. Which
is a telltale sign of like someone who's a fucking loser.
Yeah, well, he's a loser and I didn't like him, but like and I'm still not sure if this movie wants me to like him or not.
I just think
that's the other thing that bugs me. I don't like, okay, I'm fine watching a movie with an unlikable character, right? But I should know if I'm supposed to dislike someone or not. And I feel like this movie also isn't sure if it wants you to like or dislike Gary and Alana.
Well, the movie goes out of its way to like really make you like Alana, and then it'll go out of its way like a scene or two later to make you hate her. But then Gary, like, it doesn't really work. Like Gary works overtime to make you hate him, but I don't know, man. He is a hustler, man. He's hustling. You see him hustling those water beds. You see
It's
him
just
hustling those pinball machines.
and I get, you know what? Again, it's and this is probably the main thing ruining it for me. It's two movies at battle with itself, and one of them is a hangout movie, and you can't make a hangout movie with characters you would never want to hang out with. But these have to be the characters if you're also making a movie about this kind of relationship.
Yeah, I just
So it's like, what are we doing here?
the more we talk about it, like I still enjoy the movie, but the more we talk about it, the more I want to explore Alana's home life. The more I want to explore why
Yeah.
Gary's a loser, why he's pursuing these older women. Because Alana's not the only one he's pursuing. I mean, he's pretty flirty with that Kiki girl that he's got in her underwear on his waterbed at the expo. And then he's got that other girl that he's making out with at the mattress store at one point. Like Gary's scummy. Gary is.
It has a lot of good ideas for characters and then it just doesn't really do what it could be doing with them. And it's like I said before, great, like Alana and little Hoffman Jr. are both great, and like her character especially is like a really interesting character. And I'm like, I wish she was in a better movie. Like, I wish this character was in a movie that was, like, really interested in exploring her and not, like, more interested in, like, well, let's throw in John Peters getting mad at them.
But hey, we got to try and get Bradley that Oscar.
I just, you know. And again, like, I liked him in this movie. He's very good. I like Sean Penn in this movie. And we're like, do we really need that? Because you have an interesting premise.
And, you know, you said Sean Penn was playing Sean Penn. Bradley Cooper was playing Bradley Cooper. Let's fucking be honest.
You know what? Bradley Cooper's one of those actors where I don't know what the real him is, and that concerns me.
Bradley Cooper is if I saw him walking towards me on the sidewalk, I'd cross the fucking street.
No, see, if I saw Sean Penn walking towards me, I'd cross the street. I'd be like, oh my god, that's Bradley Cooper. What do I do? And that terrifies me more.
Bradley Cooper scares me, man. He's just scared. He seems like a man who's like, I'll do anything for this trophy.
Bradley Cooper. He's one of those actors that just, every time I see him, he seems very like ungenuine. Like I never know, is he putting on a show right now? Like is he just pretending to be an affable man?
You want me to be Maestro? I'll be Maestro.
Right? Like at least
Maestro the shit out of this shit.
Say what you want about Sean Penn, but he's always Sean Penn.
Is that my daughter in there? Is that my daughter Rainbow in there?
God, I love his Curb appearance. He has
I forgot he was on Curb.
He has a store of birds, Sean's exotic birds.
Oh, is he one of the Spite stores?
He's one of the Spite stores, and he's being interviewed by the news, and he's like, "Yeah, I like people think, you hear all these birds all the time, don't you get annoyed? But no, I'm actually quite calm now. They soothe me. Shut the fuck up."
One more psych reference for good measure.
Is that Mauricio in there?
Yep.
Is that Mauricio in there?
Best penultimate episode ever. Actually, you know what? That's not penultimate. That's third from the end.
When Sean Penn popped up in this, the first thing that popped in my head was, is that Mauricio in there?
Is that Mauricio in there?
Oh God, I can't wait until
the rest of the sauce in there.
We gotta. I can't wait until we put Mystic River on Grandson of the Wheel, so we can quote that endlessly.
We're just gonna quote that part the entire time.
Is that Mauricio in there?
Is the opening sound bites of the show is that my daughter in there?
Is that my daughter in there? Is that my daughter in there?
Is that on the front of the episodes?
This
is how you find out I don't listen to the podcast.
It is not.
I thought it was.
It's not. There's Houston, we have a problem.
Give back my son.
Al Pacino. Yeah, it's Give Me Back My Son.
Okay, I knew it was one of those.
Yeah, Mel Gibson.
Give me back my son. Again, I really like the cameos. I think there's too many of them. what was the other thing that I really liked? I don't know. I did like the 70s vibe. I do like watching something from before I was born and just
Yeah,
seeing like, wow, man, they really used to just lay on water beds, man.
I do love a good period piece. Fun fact: I had a friend in elementary school who had a waterbed. This was the early 2000s.
They're fun until they break. You don't see them too much anymore.
I don't think they make them anymore.
I think just people just were like, "No, I just want to lay on a bed, dude."
I don't know. Waterbeds are fun. They should bring them back.
They should, but like maybe like a instead of like blow up mattress, it's a mattress that you just fill with water when you have guests over and put on the floor. That just do that.
Is that my waterbed in there?
Is that my water?
Is that my waterbed in there?
You have anything else positive you want to wrap on for this one?
No, I've pretty much said everything I'm going to say.
I do think it's a funny movie. There's some really funny line deliveries.
Yeah, I'll give it that. I did chuckle a bit. Well, yeah, I chuckled a bit.
Alana yelling, "What's your dick look like?
I like
What's
when
your dick look like?"
Bradley Cooper threatened him by talking about his pee hole size.
That I'm gonna shove it right up your your pee hole.
How
I
big
like
is your
when
How big is your pee hole? I don't know, regular size. But you seen a lot of pee holes.
I liked when
that's good.
Steve Barbara Streisand's assistant right after Cooper leaves calls Barbara and like is basically snitching on him.
I love how Gary couldn't pronounce Barbara Streisand.
Barbara Streisand, band.
Oh.
And then the quick cameo by John C. Riley. It's not even a blink and you'll miss it because they don't draw in on him. You can just see like
You see
can
him
just
in the
barely see
background in
him.
the corner of the frame, and he has a line. You can hear him, and so you're immediately like, "That's John C. Riley."
Exactly. It's one of those things. It's the one time I was like, "Is that John C. Riley?" And I rewound it. I was like, that is John C. Riley.
Yeah, I do love me a John C. Riley.
Good Jonathan.
Yeah. But, do you have anything else, or should we go along rating this?
Uh, trying to see if I can say anything else positive so my review so it doesn't look like because I did agree with you on a bunch of stuff, so I don't want to be
Yeah.
like,
I mean,
oh, he agreed with Matt a lot, but then he gave it that many stars.
you know,
He's a fucking phony.
I hate to promote fence sitting once again, but it turns out you can enjoy a movie and also think it has flaws.
You know what? Every fence sitter I've ever met in my life, I fucking hate him. Fucking hate him, mate. No, I really do like Skylar Gizondo being in this, and I was super excited to see him when he popped up in it. I love him in Righteous Gemstones,
I can't wait for
and I really hope
I can't
I
wait
hope
for him to
Superman
be Jimmy
fucking
Olsen.
skyrockets his fucking career because he's got. I think he should have. Like I like Timothy Chalamet, but I think Skylar should have played fucking Wonka.
I've been a fan of his since Santa Clarita Diet.
Yep.
So anytime he pops up, I'm like, hey,
There's my man. There he is.
he's one
What
of
up,
those.
dude?
He's become one of those actors when they pop up, I become a little bit happier.
I mean, he's right up there with like Scotty MacArthur for me. Which, funnily enough, they were in that first season of Gemstones together. Whenever like Scotty popped up in Halloween Kills, I was like, "That's fucking Scotty!" Like, I get excited to see them, even if I know they're about to die by the hands of Michael Myers. A lot of good character actors throughout. That's it. That's all I got.
All right.
Show's over. Go home.
Well, I'll kick us off. That way we end with the higher rating. I'm gonna give this. I was flip flopping between a 2.5 and a 3, but I'm gonna give it a 2.5 just to be a little extra mean.
I'm gonna give it a 4. It's a 4. It's a solid 4 for me.
The real question now.
The truck scene is really. If the truck scene was not in this movie, it would be a 3.
So what you're saying is Bradley Cooper elevates this film.
Yeah. I mean, with him not on the screen, yeah.
That truck scene doesn't happen without Bradley Cooper.
Exactly, and he's menacing. I prefer him menacing when he's not on the screen.
The real tough question becomes, where does this rank on the dad meter?
This is a dad ass movie. The setting alone puts it above 50% in my mind.
Yeah,
the 70s.
I mean, this 70s makes it at least a 50.
Because you know what dads when dads see a movie set in the 70s, They're like, "Oh yeah, I used to do that," or "Oh yeah, pinballs were illegal. I remember when the first pinball arcade opened up down the street and we could finally
Yeah.
play again."
What about like elder millennial dads who were like born in the 80s? Do they care about the 70s?
If they're like, "Oh yeah, I remember my dad talking about the '73 gas shortage." Da 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 da. Little bit.
I think Alana never wears a bra in this movie, and dads will really like that.
Dads will like that.
I do think they'll enjoy Sean Penn and Bradley Cooper.
Yes, they'll also enjoy. Let me go down my list here. Just the funny moments again. The what's your dick look like? They'll see Lana's scruff dad who's no nonsense and be like, I understand that, man. I think this is an 80.
Really?
I think it's an 80. With the knocks against it being the pedophilia.
I think the third act brings us down to a 70.
I'll meet you in the middle, 75.
All right. All right. 75 it is. I think the dads will like the vignettes and the cameos until it gets to the third act, and they'll be like, "Whoa, what's happening now?"
It's just so the whole mayor thing really like feels like
Yeah.
they needed a third thing for her to do away from Gary.
It's just like that's the
And it's
part
like,
where dads will start checking their watch and be like, "This thing's not over yet."
you could have done a 3-year time hop.
Yeah.
You could have done a 3-year time hop and be like, okay, now it's okay that they're together, but also kind of not sort of because of that of the outstanding relationship of it all.
Well, we've met in the middle. It's a 75. That means it is dad certified.
Dad certified. Stamp it.
It's
Stamp it
stamped.
on there.
It's stamped. You know what time it is now, though? It's time for my favorite segment of the show.
This is a good segment.
Yes, it's time for the negative Nancy of the week. Because if there's anything more if there's anything I dislike more than a movie I dislike, it's people being pedantic on IMDb. So we're gonna read.
I like yours better. Go first because I read yours and got really mad right away.
So we're gonna read some IMDb goofs that some goofs have submitted. Because there's just people out there who don't know how to watch movies properly. Gary is mistakenly arrested for murder. One of the arresting officers says to Gary, "Have fun in Attica, dickhead," while he's in the back of the police car. Attica is in New York, and he's arrested in California. I'm just going to interject here. This might sound like that's the end of the goof. It is not. It continues. This is a reference to Goodfellas. The line in Goodfellas is, "Bye-bye, dickhead. See you in Attica, dick." But Goodfellas was released many years after the time frame of the movie, so the officer couldn't be referencing it.
It's an homage, dickhead.
Oh, that's a that's a perfect response. So let's just move on to yours.
I can't believe someone was sitting there and be like, wait a minute.
I can't believe they took the time to type that.
Goodfellas wasn't out yet in the 70s. They went up and like, wait a minute, when did 91 GTA fucked up again?
Oh my god, what a fucking... If that's how you watch movies, consider something else with your time.
All right, mine is considered a character error. I really think this is a dumb thing to type out, but here we go. But once you have the context of the scene, this is the dumbest thing ever. Gary reveals to Alana that he has never before met anyone who is left-handed. Yet when he introduces her to his casting agent friend, Mary Grady, she is taking notes left-handed.
Oh, I almost picked this for mine until I scrolled down a little further and found the Attica one, but oh my god.
Of course, Alana is the first person he realized was left-handed because he's paying attention to her writing because he likes her.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit what Mary Grady writes with?
Also,
who gives a shit?
Also, he's probably just lying because he's flirting.
He's a horny teenager.
Like, what? Like, come on.
He's a horny teenager trying to woo his pedophile.
Fucking, you never lied. You've never lied to anybody you've been trying to sleep with. Come on. Like
Gary, you don't have to try so hard, Gary.
Yeah.
Gary, you don't.
Yeah.
She's there with you, buddy. You don't. Oh, a left-handed girl? Gary, calm down. I think this movie ends. Gary dumps Alana, and then Gary ends up dating a 15-year-old himself, and the cycle continues. Are you shocked?
Yes, I'm shocked. I'm shocked and appalled.
It's Alana. It's pedophilia. Alana, don't. Nope, she's not listening.
You know what time it is now?
Oh shit! Yep, I know what time it is. Yep.
It's time. The only thing more cringe than pedophilia is dad jokes that we're gonna read to you.
I got one. I got one. I just came up with this in my head. Are you ready?
Let's hit me.
When it comes to pedophilia, I don't kid around.
I hate you.
Sorry.
I hate you so much.
You know what? I was like, I didn't have one, and then that one just came to me. I was like, yep, just do it.
Now I feel bad. I should have thought of a pedophile joke. Anyway,
Anyway,
how do you make a waterbed more bouncy?
how do you do that?
You add spring water.
I fucking hate you. I fucking hate you so much. Fuck you. Can we leave? I still like this movie, but can we leave the pedophilia behind with this movie?
I mean, sure, unless you got another story.
I don't. But these movies are made in Hollywood, so I mean,
Look, it's only a matter of time before we talk about The Graduate.
you know what? I watched The Graduate way too young.
Wait, that's not pedo. How old is he supposed to be in that movie?
He graduated college, I think. That's why they call him The Graduate.
Oh, I thought he graduated high school and started college.
There is a movie that people like in reading about this movie that people were like, "Hey, there's a movie that does this better called Red Rocket."
Is that what
Who was that by?
Is that's Sean? That's Sean Baker.
That's Sean Baker, yeah.
Is that what Red Rocket is about? A pedophile?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
The film stars Rex as a middle-aged, newly retired porn star who leaves LA for his small Texas hometown, plotting his way back to life he once had. Along the way, he begins dating a 17-year-old girl. Which, after watching Anora, I trust Sean Baker's skills with making weird out there stories, but then also like,
Am I remembering this correctly that you gave Anora 5 stars?
I did give Anora 5 stars, I believe. I waited a few days too. I realized I'm more biased right away.
I know you posted about it.
I gave it 4.
Oh, okay. I think in your post you gave it 5. That's what
I really liked Anora.
I did enjoy Anora.
And I'm probably gonna check out Red Rocket.
I enjoyed Anora a little less than you, but I enjoyed it.
Hey, you know what? You like what you like. You can hate it, you can like it. You can be on the fence.
I liked it. I gave it 3.5.
I'm glad I put my kid to bed before I turned Anora on. As soon as I turned, my wife looked at me and she's like, "What is this, mister?" And I said, I'm sorry. I'm sure she won't be naked the entire movie. And then the first hour is basically just her naked.
I mean, you're right. She's not naked the entire movie.
She's not. She wears clothes at some points.
Yeah, just the first hour. After that, she's clothed.
I do hope they take some hardware home if the Oscars are held. Shall we spin the wheel and get out of here?
Yeah.
Spin that wheel. We need a palate cleanser.
We do.
I think we need something that we're both gonna like really, really love.
We need something fun. Like we need really something fun and just knows what it is, knows what it wants to be, and does it.
We need something stupid. What's stupid that's still on the wheel?
Okay, we have RoboCop, GoldenEye, Sound of Metal, Wedding Crashers, Punch Drunk Love, Vengeance, All the President's Men, The Equalizer, Prospect, The Beekeeper, Jumper, Wanted, Looper, Heathers, Snake Eyes, Prey/Predator double feature, and The Nice Guys.
There's a lot of good, stupid movies on that fucking son of wheel there.
Yeah. All right.
Well, I already know what you want.
Of course. I've been saying the same thing every episode since we started this season. The Beekeeper.
Let's see if it's in the cards.
I've seen this movie twice. I'd love to see it a third time. More importantly, you haven't seen it, so I really wanted to land on The Beekeeper for your sake.
You've been buzzing about this movie.
I have.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Right. Yes.
No,
it's The Beekeeper.
Did it happen? Did we get what we wanted?
We finally got what we wanted.
To be fair, if you recall from last week,
To be fair,
Matt's been stacking the deck
It's
for
true.
the B movie.
It's true. I did on this wheel. You can edit the percentage chance of something being landed on, and I did increase the size of the beekeeper's slice on this circular wheel to 25%.
Jesus Christ.
It was so.
It would have been funnier had it kept missing.
It would have, but I'm very glad we're doing the beekeeper.
I need a good stupid movie, and that looks like good stupid fun. And
Yeah.
he looks like he's doing another movie like that this year.
He is. It's called A Working Man, and somehow it's not a sequel.
You know what? He knows his audience. He just knows he's like, you know what? We're gonna do a stupid movie. Here we go.
Is Statham like this generation's Jean-Claude Van Damme? Just like a B-tier action star making ridiculously entertaining schlock?
I mean, would you say that started with Crank, or do you think he was still pretty serious in the Crank / Transporter stage of his career?
I don't know.
Because were those Transporters? Were those like blockbusters? Were those making money?
I don't know.
Transporter 3. When did that come out? 2015. No.
Was
Crank? Oh wow, there's a fourth one.
Was Crank even in theaters? I was only under the assumption that was like straight to DVD.
Crank was in theaters. I remember seeing a trailer for it. Wow, Crank is almost 20 years old.
2006.
He was in The Bank Job, In the Name of the King, Death Race, Truth in 24. Oh yeah, he was in Italian Job also. He was Handsome Rob. He's really good in that.
That's a good movie. I like that movie.
I love that remake. That is. I've never seen the original, but I really love that 2003 Italian Job. Transporter budget $20.5 million.
I think
Box
yeah.
office,
I think I would. I think I would call him like his generation's Jean-Claude Van Damme. He's like that B-tier action star. You know, he's not quite the Tom Cruise or the Keanu Reeves or whoever, but
you know what? He's making some great low grade schlock. This dude has been in a movie every year since '98. Let me keep scrolling.
Good for him.
He took off 2022, but he came off of F9. So like when you come off of F9, you get a year off.
Listen, all I'm saying is if he's our generation's Jean-Claude Van Damme, The Beekeeper is his sudden death.
You watched Sudden Death? Is that correct?
I did.
Did you like it?
I did. Fantastic movie. He doesn't just he doesn't just punch this lady in the penguin costume. He gets into a fight with her.
Forgot it was a lady in the penguin costume. By the way,
he gets into a fight. He gets his licks in.
It's so stupid, but so fucking amazing.
Oh my god! It has a Die Hard plot and a kidnapped family member plot at the same time.
I love that you got caught up on the use of sudden death throughout the movie, or at the end of the movie.
Yeah. In the third act, the hockey game goes into sudden death overtime, and two characters in a row, like the villain and one of the hostages he's holding, in a row say sudden death, and then it cuts to the fucking goal screen or like the neon sign in the arena that says sudden death in like big letters. I'm like, incredible.
Remind me, was the puck a bomb at any point in that movie?
No, you're thinking of Threat Level Midnight.
You're right. I get those mixed up all the time.
Well, all right. Thanks for listening. Give us a review if you want. I'm not going to tell you what to do. Just tell people to listen. And yeah. Follow us on Blue Sky at Stand and Watch.
And then go watch, follow us. You can find us in the link tree. But then go watch Sudden Death.
Yeah. And then The Beekeeper.
Can we put a link to Sudden Death in the link tree?
I would, but it's not streaming anywhere.
I want to be the champions. I want to be the champion. Put a link to the Amazon page. It'll be like we're selling Sudden Death. Oh my god!
I could. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Do it.
Why? How are they? People who have no idea will be like, "Why are they? Did one of them produce this? Why is this on here?"
I'll find the Amazon page. Okay, you can rent it from Amazon, Google, or Apple. Which one should I put in? The Amazon page?
Do the Amazon one. Do the Amazon one for
All right,
sure.
I'll do it right now, live on the. Well, not live because we're not live, but like people can listen to me as I do this. Okay, I've copied the link. I'm going to our link tree right now.
If you listen
in.
really closely, you can hear him pressing Alt Control Delete.
All right, I'm clicking login, narrating everything I'm doing.
This is hard hitting podcast stuff right here.
It really is.
You don't get this anywhere else. You think Adam Conover is doing that in his little information podcast? No.
Yeah, I don't think so.
You think the dorks over at NPR are doing that? No, they're too busy working on their NPR voice.
Enter username.
You think Joe Rogan and Jamie put that kind of work in? No.
Let me see if I can remember the password.
Oh no, the Linktree password gets me every time.
Okay, incorrect password. Let me try again.
Jason Statham was only a cameo in F9. Still though.
Okay, second attempt, also incorrect.
Oh geez, you're gonna get our Linktree taken down.
Okay, third attempt, also incorrect. What the fuck? Why can't I remember this password?
Is cap lock on?
No, it is not.
He is about to fuck this all up.
Okay. I haven't logged in.
Is it the right email? Is it the email that it is attached to?
It is the right email because it's our podcast email. Okay.
Say your password out loud.
Okay, I'm in. Okay. Add link. Gonna enter this URL. I'm pasting it. Add. Okay. Okay, it's titled automatically Prime Video Sudden Death. I'm just gonna shorten this to Sudden Death. It even automatically adds a little picture. Where should I place this in the link tree?
You place it to the top?
Like the very top? Like above
top. This is very important. I need people to know that we are championing sudden death.
So you want me to place it above the button that says listen, that people click on to then find where to listen to the show?
Yeah.
Okay. Then it's done.
And then above that put watch.
Above
there
sudden
are
death.
No rules.
Above sudden death put watch?
Yep. Watch and then listen, and then they'll think watch is like they think they're going to watch us, but really they're getting a link to sudden death.
Well, no. The sudden death link is already there. It's sudden death.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay,
right.
I thought you were using boxes for like headings and stuff.
Well, the box is the link, right? You click on the box and it takes you there.
Yep.
So
you know what? You're good. You're set.
Yeah. You're set. So now the order is sudden death, listen, and then a link to the sudden death, and then listen where they can listen right there. Then where they can find all the platforms we're on, and then me and you.
Yeah, there's nothing confusing about that. I think anyone who is smart enough to click on a link tree will understand.
Okay, so sudden death is now at the top of our link tree. Fantastic.
Fucking let's go.
All right.
Hey, it's never been a better time to be a stand and watch fan. A stand and watcher? What are we calling our fans? We got to decide that right now.
Stand and watchers sounds pretty good.
Standers. Standies?
Standies.
Hey, Standies.
All right.
Standies and Steve.
Standies and Steve Buscemi.
Love it.
All right. Well, thank you for listening. This has been another fantastic episode of Stand and Watch. And remember, whatever you do, don't tell your mother.